You issued your paper this week on Louisiana's budget and what we can do for our future. A jobs and opportunity agenda for Louisiana is at the top. Um, Give folks a little bit of the highlight of this. What's important in this that matters to you guys and matters to the state?
Yeah, people across the state, as you and your listeners well know, are feeling the pain of the loss of jobs and opportunity to more friendly states like Texas and Tennessee and Florida. While the rest of the country is growing rapidly, we seem stuck in the mud. And so, at the Pelican Institute, we said what our goal is to unleash human flourishing, right? To help people get good quality jobs and grow the economy here. So we set out to say, what are those barriers to jobs and opportunity? And so have put forth a platform, that jobs and opportunity agenda that says if we want to get from where we are today to a Louisiana that has good quality jobs and growth in economy and increase in opportunity, here's how we get there.
One of the things you highlight in this is that our revenue forecasting sucks. I'm just going to put it bluntly.
That may be a point that Ms. McCarty has made, once or twice before.
I've heard it.
Daniel, how do we fix that? I mean, there's smart people that that are great bean counters, but we don't have them here.
That's right. The system is really challenging, and the way the revenue estimating conference is made up. And look, if we were in business, if you got that wrong that many times that frequently, you wouldn't be in business anymore.
Look, we have $300 million extra this year. Oops.
That's right. And so we've called for a few things in this. The first is increased transparency mid-year. Right now, by law, the governor has no requirement to present updated revenue information to the REC. And so, theoretically, an executive could conceal relevant information, that could affect that budgeting process. And so we've said, look, let's make it a requirement that the executive, which watches the revenue coming in during the course of the year, has to provide those updates to REC as well as updated spending projections so we can see what we're on track to spend or not spend in the course of the year. And then reform REC altogether. Look, one of the things I think we ought to consider is outsourcing revenue projections to a third party that is at arm's length. People do this in business all over the country every day. There's no reason why it has to be a political process. This is a numbers process.
Your report also says that a lot of our problems, good ideas, are stopped by red tape. I'm quoting you now. Red tape, corrupt backroom dealings, and non-reviewed government spending. Corrupt backroom dealings with our West Point governor? Is that still happening?
Here in Louisiana, perish the thought. No, there's just we need more and more transparency. That's why we worked so hard to try to get Louisiana checkbook up and running. And to the point of these non-reviewed government spending, let me just give you a stat that just continues to blow my mind. In our state constitution alone, we dedicate 13,000 words to prescribing how the government should spend our money. 13,000 words just on these non-reviewed government spending or dedications. By contrast, the entirety of the United States Constitution, including its amendments, has 7,591 words. This is a broken process.
Let me sort of make a big leap here. Well, maybe not in your mind nor mine. How do I want to phrase this? If, let's assume for the moment, okay, that everything in Baton Rouge related to state government is incredibly honest and above board and transparent, would it be unfair of me to say that just because of the size of the bureaucracy, hence the inefficiency, that nothing until you dismantle those layers and layers and layers will ever get changed? Hence, with all respect, you can write all the budget reform plans you want, and I can read and we can talk about it, but until there's a constitutional convention to reform state government, nothing's really going to happen?
Yeah, I think those are hand in glove. I don't know that they're, one or the other, but I agree with you. There's huge challenges. We've got to fix the process, and we've got to reform the Constitution. And you talk about the size of government. Louisiana, this is back to 2015, before we expanded Medicaid to 450,000 able-bodied adults, was spending about $6,600 per capita per person. And that compares to Alabama at, God bless them, at 6,000, Texas at 5,000, Georgia 4,600, Florida 4,300. Those are all economies that are doing better than ours and have, to your point, much more streamlined government systems and process.
Yeah, I'm going to sort of put words in your mouth with my question here. There are states across the South that are cutting taxes and eliminating onerous regulations. If going to fix Louisiana's economy, as you stated earlier on, that everybody else seems to be doing great and we're sort of lagging behind, what's the one thing that Louisiana should change to get back on the right track?
Yeah, the funny thing is that it's hard to pick one. There's so many things that are wrong. But here's the summary: simplification and streamline. Whether it's the budget process, whether it's our convoluted and complicated tax system, whether it's our legal system, everything presents these great complications that are barriers to job creation, and more importantly, barriers to good quality job creation. As other states strip away complications, strip away bureaucracy, and streamline these processes, voila, they're seeing incredible growth and removing those barriers to jobs and opportunity.